So it's been a while since I put any kind of YouTube garbage up. Um, can't stay up on it. I've seen I got, I don't know, half a dozen subscribers in the last couple of weeks, and that's pretty damn cool. But it's kind of strange in the sense that I haven't done any videos that are really important or any relevance whatsoever. Um, so I thought I'd throw one quick one up. It could be considered a short, but probably me like me in the sense that I tend to ramble on everything that I do. So, and I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm kind of passionate about stuff that I want to achieve. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. But come to find out, I can hand port these. So this is a Gen 3 supercharger case. There's a lot of things that can be corrected in there pretty easily, but I've done two for myself, which is out here. Let's take a gander. So this is going on a 02 Monte Carlo, basically a top swap application. Never came with supercharged engine, but now it does. So that supercharger entrance has been ported. And then I hand ported what I'm kind of about to show you as far as comparisons concerned. This is a Grand Prix, which is essentially a W body, almost the same kind of ish application. The only difference is that engine over there, the red one that's going to Monty, has an XP cam in it, which is, I believe, I can't remember the specs completely, but has split duration, roughly about 530 lift, which it isn't bad, but that's fairly aggressive for this small of engine. So I'd done this one here a while back. I pulled the whole top end off of it due to some other things that went on. Had a bent purse. I had this car for a long time, about 5 years, and I've always kind of wanted just to spend some time with it and just, soak it in. Basically did the top end. It has a stop cam. Like I said, I'm already rambling. I know that. But she's pretty rock solid. But I pulled the whole top end off. Come to find out, that was collapsed lifter. It was a bent push rod that was pretty severe. Not sure how that happened. I've never had a seat time with this vehicle. So that being said, I don't know. But this thing freaking purrs like a kitten. So I basically put new bearings in the snout. I ported the inlet. I actually bored the original throttle body out about 150 thou, which I don't know how that translates in millimeter due to the fact that these are rated or measured in millimeters most times, internal bores. The tune won't come into play until you're under boost. As far as naturally aspirated, it's naturally aspirated until you pull boost, which typically is under RPM. So as of right now, this thing purrs like a kitten, but depending on what fuel I have in it and what kind of boost that ends up having, then we'll have to do a tune and take some data log and see what's going on. That's something I want to learn a little more about. The concept's the same when it comes to engines alone. You just have to learn the language. But this is what triggered a lot of it, was this car. A lot of the stuff was achieved, very cheaply. Yes, it's front wheel drive. I wish it was rear wheel drive. I contemplate actually doing a rear wheel drive swap, using F body parts. Who knows what I'll do 10 years from now? But at my age, I'm running out of time. So I'm just trying to get this shit done to where I can have fun with it and move along. And then if you look at the vehicle sitting off in the distance, it's plated, and yeah, put a fucking battery in it. Maybe I have a battery in it. I don't know. It's turnkey. That's my goal. So, case in point, this one here ran. These reminded me of the old school kind of Kragerish looking wheel, which the body lines on these vehicles are roundish. So I thought this looked pretty decent on this vehicle. Granted, I had to do some adapter spacer application on it. But they're G8 wheels. Got a I think they're a 235 55 18. I've got a few decals to cut, which is going to be a windshield decal, I'll call it. Decal, I'll call it a decal. And then I did some CNC mud flaps for the car. As you can see, the inlay will be silver, and then I'll have to get the detail that I want, which is you back up 4 foot, looks fine, but for me, I'm gonna have to go around this detail with black and then repaint the mud flap accordingly. But those will be on all 4 corners, but you only see probably the rear. Have body worked this quarter panel. She's ready to be wet sand and then cleared. The rough body work's done. I have to do the other quarter panel, and then I've been pulling with the hot glue. I've been pulling dings, door dings. After all said and done, the whole car will probably be re-cleared, but yeah, I still got stock interior. I have a single DIN Android deck coming that I think will be nice for the application. Although I do love the feel of the year that it captures based on when you get in the vehicle. I'm already rambling. I've got the basically what you could call your SLP or spoiler. Got the always sought after. They always look like American flag to me, so that's what I went with. Rear taillights, LEDs, which, you know, I think there's a lot to be said about what could happen on there. Could be hook a whole lot. I think stock ones actually look better, but got rid of all my stock ones. Dual tip. That's the window tint that I've had from Monte Carlo. That's the same window profile, but instead of wasting the tint, looks like garbage. I'm gonna just go ahead and apply it. But basically, what triggered all this stuff is I have a whole pile of 3800 products, whether it be supercharger cases, cylinder heads, valves. So basically, my focus on that is going to be building the jig to. Sorry if the TV's loud. I don't want any rights to that. Watching Halloween movies because I think it's fun. Yeah. So I have a jig that I'm building to be able to just kind of slip the case on, which, yeah, we all know ZZP and all these other places offer porting, but I realized I have enough cases to support rather than, you know, I can actually take this one here and I'm going to make a jig, and then I'm going to do a teach program to basically mill out what needs to be milled out, and then quite honestly there probably won't be a whole lot of handwork to be done other than the surfacing and other like up here I'll plug the EGR, and then I'll plug the coolant holes, but the EGR is the big thing. And then so the manifold will be up to the user as far as plugging that. I have a couple manifolds that I'll sell that already have the necessary plugs involved, but I figured, well, been a long time since I've done some CNC work and specific applications. I have a plate that bolts in or clamps into my existing vices in the CNC mill, so I just as well drill and tap standoffs and be able to bolt this in, and then take the half a dozen cases and basically run a program and have them ported, and then powder coat them as such. So yeah, I'm constantly all over the place. I have a lot of things going on in my head as far as what I'd like to do and what I want to do. But health-wise, I've kind of come to a hard to stay focused. But this engine here, as well as another Oldsmobile 468, probably, hopefully, will be completed throughout the winter. It's another case. This is Gen 5. But as you can see, the difference, basically, we're porting the Gen 3 to appear as the same as stock issue as a Gen 3, or a Gen 5, excuse me. So that being said, yeah, thought it'd be a fun video to kind of maybe capitalize on and just throw something out on my channel. And I know full well it's been a long time since I've done a video in general. So yeah, there's a CNC mill. Yeah, there's a controller board. There's me like several years ago. Made a calendar. Dichromated zinc plating. Cool thing that I cut out. Yeah, electronics for the CNC mill. Internal. Yeah, it's all over the place. There's so much shit going on here that's fun and specific, but sometimes it loses its luster because you choose to disappear, you know. At any rate, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. It's been way too long, but I cannot wait to get this thing turnkey. Some really off the radar kind of 660 core. Yeah, those things are just, yeah. I've applied a lot of years of learning this stuff to those cores, and they're mine. So yeah, as the TV is in the background making noise, I'm gonna go ahead and shut her down. So hey, have fun in your shop, and I'll tend to hopefully make another video sooner or later. Thanks for watching my junk.